Good day, everybody. It is Sleepy Fox. I'm coming back at you guys again with another episode of Enter the Gungeon in my chamber running series. And today we're not going to be playing as the pilot, actually. We're going to be playing as none other than the hunter herself and her cute little doggo to the left of me. And with her, though, she actually has no active items. You get one passive item, and that's the dog itself, and all the dog does is fetch items for you. Kind of straightforward with that. And then you got the pistol. The revolver is a good gun to have as a starting weapon. And the nice thing that kind of evens it all out is the crossbow, which is pretty much a one-shot to a majority of the lower or smaller enemies on the first chamber here in the dungeon. And then we're going to go straight into it, actually, and we're going to see how far we can get. Episode's probably going to be about as long as I stay alive in the dungeon itself, and I promise to you today that I will probably be staying alive a bit longer than after the first boss fight. Fingers crossed that we can make it to Chamber 2, because I have actually a small story to tell you guys today. I'm going straight into this. And so, that story I'm going to be telling you guys today deals with a small life-changing event that actually has happened to me in the past year or so in my life. With that, though, it was a small move that I actually made out of Wisconsin. After living in Wisconsin for 15 or 16 years of my life in total, it changed me as a person in general, pretty much. And it helped open my eyes to other things outside of Wisconsin and to places outside of Wisconsin that are a lot different. I mean, it made me see that Wisconsin isn't the only place I have to live in my life, pretty much. And it showed me that I should really appreciate what I have in life right now compared to what I mean, it goes back to the old saying, you never know what you got till it's gone, pretty much. Old song reference, I forgot the song name. A few songs that have used that. But yeah, it was a very big life-changing event. It was for when I moved to Hawaii about a year ago or so. My junior year of high school, pretty much. And it had happened around, I want to say, the beginning of winter in Wisconsin here. And my parents had actually gotten a small amount of money from my grandpa after he had died, leading to them actually thinking of moving somewhere else other than Wisconsin, just because of how much they didn't like it here. I mean, the cold weather 7 or 8 months out of the year, and then you got to warm weather for summer, and that's pretty much it. But I mean, it was a really sudden, especially with how they came. They brought it on to me myself, and I wasn't exactly ready to receive such news so fast. I mean, because usually a big move like that to Hawaii or some other place far away usually takes a lot of time to prep and talk about and all that. But with them, they kind of jumped straight into it, and it all started after my grandpa had given us money, or we had received money from my grandpa, and then we had moved again about the beginning of December or end of November, somewhere around there. And we had drove from Wisconsin straight over to California. And along the way we had visited, it was Mount Rushmore, Yellowstone, the Rocky Canyon, Jesus Christ, the Grand Canyon, and that was about it. And then we had hit California, and by the way, probably one of my favorite parts of that whole trip was probably going through Yellowstone, seeing a lot of the animals that were there and a lot of the wildlife that sort of place has to offer, especially since it's whatchamacallit, I forgot the name for it. A reserve, sorry, yes, a habitat reserve, whatever, a habitat reserve for whatever it is for animals. And the wildlife there was extraordinary, and I had never seen some of the animals that I saw there in my life, which was a pretty cool experience, I have to say. But the scenery at the other places that I went to, Mount Rushmore and Grand Canyon, they was pretty cool. But again, Yellowstone was probably my favorite. But anyways, back to the trip part. We had drove straight from Wisconsin to California. We had gotten to California, and we had hit a plane actually from California, gotten on a plane from California to Hawaii itself. And let me say, the scenery there on the way from California to Hawaii was absolutely beautiful. I mean, you don't see that sort of stuff a lot when you're traveling around, especially since the water over near Hawaii there, it's the ocean, it's just completely clear blue. You can see straight through it. You can see down pretty much almost to the bottom, or halfway down or so, and you can see all the coral reefs and all the wildlife that is living in the water there, and it's beautiful. It's not something you see every day, that's for sure. And
And after that, we had touchdown Hawaii. Something else I have to kill here? Oh no, there's other thing. Okay, down to the... Wait, hold on. Run to the shop here. Let's see what we can get here. Weapon. Potion of lead skin. I really actually... I'm gonna get this. Hold on. We'll be back to the store in a little bit. I want to see this. Temporary invulnerability. Ooh, that's actually really nice to have. But yes, anyways. Went from California to Hawaii on a plane. Oh my goodness. And we had touchdown in Hawaii after about 2 weeks of driving around and going to California. And we originally stayed in a rental house. The rental house was sort of run down. Almost a Japanese type of house. Very small, not much room to do much. I'll say one thing, the internet there was horrendous, especially for playing games and stuff. I was a big fan of Destiny back then, I think it was. On my PS3. Yeah, imagine I used my PS3 instead of PC. And yeah, I am playing this on the PC too, by the way. I'm a big fan of PC. Honestly, I'm probably going to be selling my PS4 soon too. But anyways, back to the story. First house wasn't the best. It's a rental house, so I mean you can't expect it to be too great just because again it's a rental house. So what do you expect? But it kind of dawned on me that I kind of missed where I lived in Wisconsin, even if it wasn't the best place. I was that home feeling that I felt there while I was there, and Wisconsin itself was nice. And when I got into that house in Hawaii, there, it kind of hit me like a rock almost. And what do we get here, actually? What is this? Get him active. Distracts enemies. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, I'd rather have this than the let's get one. Anyways, back to the story. We are actually the first boss too. But yeah, it kind of hit me like a truck almost, and it made me appreciate, again, what I had in Wisconsin. And after we moved there, I didn't go to school for about 2 weeks or so. Finally, after a bit, I did go back to school, and I was going to school there in Hawaii, which was quite the interesting experience, actually. Just because Hawaii is rated, I think, number 50 in good educator, I don't know, rated bottom 50 in out of all the states in Wisconsin, or out of all the states in the U.S. for going to school and stuff, which is, goodness. It's hard to tell a story and then also dodge bullets at the same time. But yes, Hawaii was rated at bottom last in states that you should go to school in the United States itself. Mainly because of how isolated they are sort of from the U.S. I mean, even Alaska is higher than Hawaii is, which is kind of sad. I will admit, there are private schools in Hawaii that are very prestigious, and they are very expensive to go to, and they offer a great education. But the public schools there are not good at all. I can firsthand tell you guys this right now. If you ever plan on going to Hawaii, don't go for public schooling. If you're going to go to private's entirely fine. There's a lot of nice private schools over there, and they have great teachers. I had actually applied at a few over there, and we just found out that they were too expensive, so I didn't go to any of them. But yeah, the public school that I had went to was not the best. But I will say one thing, the sports that were offered at the public school itself were great. Especially since, with that, I had played on a phenomenal soccer team that had, I think I had played 5 games with them before I moved back to Wisconsin. And out of those 5 games, we won 4 of them. And the one we had lost was against one of the reigning champions on the island itself. Oh, Jesus. Oh, there we got it. Okay, good. And it was still a great team that I played with. I was playing with some kids that were on the Youth Olympic Development Team, which was a really cool experience. They traveled over to Spain a few times, over to Europe too, to play. And some of them played on my public school team, and some of them played in a private team that I didn't get a chance to play on, just because I left so soon. And we got the decoy thing again, cool. And in general, school over there, it was pretty bad. Other than soccer. Soccer was a great experience to have over there. But other than that, just don't go to school over there if you're going to go to public school. But yes, anyways, after we had lived in that one rental house, we had moved to another one actually after that, and then another one, and then I think there was another one too after that. And through all those, it really made me appreciate again what I had in Wisconsin when I had it, before I moved. And it made me think, honestly, that I really should be grateful for what I have, and that I shouldn't just take everything for granted. And it made me experience, or it made me think that it made me see that there was different stuff outside of Wisconsin, and that everything in the world is actually a lot more different than you think. Especially, I mean, if you live in a small area like I have for my entire life, you don't really see much, you don't really experience much, but after that, it really made me think. And I honestly, if you guys wanna change your way of living, or you guys wanna maybe learn something new about yourself, I highly recommend maybe getting up, moving, or maybe just changing something in your everyday list of things that you do, or any of that stuff. Just because it really makes you think, and it really gets your mind going on what else there is and what else you can do and how different everything is compared to your regular schedule or your just regular place of living too, in that matter. But I mean, and then we had moved back to Hawaii, or to Wisconsin, after about 4 months or so of living there. And after that, honestly, I got back to school, and before I left for Hawaii, a few of my classmates actually had thrown parties for me in some of the classes that I was going to in high school still at the time. And that was my junior year when I had left and came back, and I came back at the end of my junior year for my school there. And nobody, I mean, I guess a lot of people said they honestly thought they were never going to see me again, but surprise, surprise, I came back so suddenly, and honestly, everybody was kind of shocked that I came back so soon, and everybody had the question, why'd you come back? Honestly, wouldn't you rather stay in Hawaii? And I mean, my general answer to that was no. I don't enjoy it there, and it's some place that you would rather not live in unless you have a lot of money. If you're poor, or you don't have very much as it is, and you want to move somewhere, don't move to Hawaii. Terrible decision on my parents' part, I think. And I don't want to say it was all their fault. I was sort of, honestly, I didn't really want to go, but I think they had went there on vacation before, and they had seen how great of a place it was, so it made them really, really, really happy to be able to go there, or try to live there. And I don't blame them for that. I don't think they're stupid for doing it. I mean, it's a dream, and you gotta do outlandish stuff like that. What is that? It's on the ground. Why is there a chicken on the ground?
What is it doing? It's just like kind of just kind of running around on the floor.
While this boss fight is going on and bullets are flying everywhere, and I'm shooting rainbow bullets left and right. Oh my goodness. We'll beat these guys probably. Where'd you come from? Oh, maybe it was a chicken. Nope, there's the chicken again. Oh god. Hopefully we don't die. And we died here. But yeah, anyways, pretty much with Hawaii, all that. Really life-changing experience. I highly recommend you guys, if you ever get the chance in your life to move, or maybe do something different, or do something that's so outlandish that maybe you'll think you'll learn something out of it. I mean, life's full of experiences like that, and you really just gotta grab them by the horns and just kind of take them. And I don't know, it was a very life-changing experience again, and I highly recommend you guys trying to do something similar to what I did sometime in your life. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode and everything. I mean, I'm sure you guys didn't enjoy me dying twice there and going through the first chamber 2 times over, but that's alright. I'll see you guys next time. See you guys.